Mentally, not physically.
All right, guys. So we are on the air. Hey, everybody that's out there watching. Don't know how many of you there are, but usually there's at least a couple, and we're getting ready to get started. We're the Heroes of Jordoba 5th Edition Dungeons and Dragons, and we have, if you would please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Support the Patreon at patreon.com/Uncle Matt. And who we've got here is Ala Fedorova, who is currently, according to Gabe, kind of spaced out. And then we have Gabe Rotberg over here, who hasn't slept in 2 days. We have Ian McGarty here, who says that he is kind of spaced out from a long day at work. And here is Emily, who had no complaints whatsoever. She was just like, yeah, let's roll. So
I'm glad one of us is here, at least mentally.
So we're going to be, so Emily, we're relying on you probably to make all of the final decisions when, when Ian just does his dead face and looks at the screen and everything. So
it's a lot of pressure.
I know it. I know.
You're carrying the team now.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
And we don't have Zach here. He's traveling, so he's missed a few sessions in a row. And hopefully the lack of experience points won't cause his character to get killed, because everybody likes Albrecht the architect, but it could happen. So last time that we stopped, you guys had just managed to start collapsing a stone pyramid on yourselves, which was granted as a result of a 1 in 400 die roll by Ian to destroy the stone golem that was down there. But there were side effects to that kind of thing. Are you still wearing the eye of? You're still wearing the eye of Bratoka?
Well, I don't believe it can be volitionally removed, can it?
Nope.
I specifically have not removed the eye from his face yet. So
yep.
Okay.
We're gonna let this play out because Bratoka knows what he's doing and we do not.
I do not know about that for sure, but I definitely have one very important question for him. So.
Well, you can go ahead and ask him. Right at the moment, you guys are pelting down a 10-foot wide corridor, and there are stones and rocks falling only occasionally, but there's lots and lots of dust that's coming down. And then, as you remember, there are channels down the middles of the floors of these things, of these corridors, that were moving dirt around, and you realize that you've gotten. In order to avoid a rock fall, you've gotten into the corridor you have not previously been in. And the channel that's coming down this corridor is a sort of bluish, glowing substance that looks a lot like the stuff that was balled up in that giant Teminoan energy collector, which looked like this, as you recall from the minis, except that then Bratoka emptied it out using all of its power to destroy the stone golem, and thereby blew an enormous crater in the side of the wall and destabilized the entire thing. What do you do?
Bratoka, please, what was that command word? It's very important.
The command word that what he pulled?
When he pulled all the energy out, that was really cool, and I must know.
Okay, that command word is going to be.
Expensive to learn.
All right.
It's all hyphenated.
I won't tell you what it is yet in that case. It's going to be expensive to learn.
But I will worry about that later. My friend has better survival instincts than you, and then I'm going to smack him on the back of the head and catch the eye in my other hand.
Okay, you do that.
Yep. And I just drop it in my pocket.
All right. So, Kurzim, you have a slight headache. You're not sure why.
Well, looking at the ceiling collapsing a little bit, I can figure it out.
Yeah, probably you got hit by a rock or something. You figure you've got no idea what all is going on. You put on the eye to cast the spell, and now all of a sudden you're in a different place, and the whole building's falling down.
So I blew something up.
So like a Tuesday.
Oh, very, very well. Now we need to move very, very fast.
Yeah, we need to keep going.
Yeah, little dudes, you gotta keep up.
How unstable does it actually look?
Everybody make a saving throw.
That unstable.
All right, this is a DC 10 dexterity saving throw. Let me know if you make it or not.
Made it.
Okay.
Just
I
barely,
made it.
though.
Yeah, I just barely
Ooh.
made it as well.
Just barely also.
Okay, so every single one of you dodges to the side. It was gonna be several different rocks, but since you all made the saving throw, a giant rock lands right in the middle of where you were standing, and everybody jumps to the side and gets out of the way of the rock, right as Curzon is wondering to himself how unstable is the place actually.
All right, let's keep going.
Is the passage blocked? Like, are we all pushed to like the same side?
You no, you were able to get out in 4 different directions, and the passageway is not blocked. It continues forward, and up ahead you can hear something making ka-chunk 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 noises.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Like
Which?
what kind of ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk?
Well, I don't know. It's just kind of a ka-chunk ka-chunk ka-chunk. It's
Is it like
Which
the
move
thing
was
we
it?
heard
Kind of
earlier?
chunk of burning love.
it's
kidding.
more like a ka-chunk ka-chunk, a falling pyramid.
It's not the good kind.
I mean, does it sound like stone on stone?
Other kind is
kind of
bitter.
sound?
No, it does not sound like stone on stone. It sounds like maybe what would it sound like? Yeah, it sounds like metal on metal.
Like human
Okay.
on machine.
Little dwarf
I'll
dudes.
move towards the sounds.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are moving toward the sounds, and you come out into a chamber in which there is a large machine in the middle of it. It's sort of, it's pretty much like a rectangular block. It's made out of clay, and out of it there are lots of traced linear holes through it, and through several of those there are metal bars that protrude that are moving in this weird complex pattern through the thing, and that's what's making the ka-chunk ka-chunk noises, whatever's moving those metal bars. The line of glowing magic stuff is coming out of it on one side, but on the other side of it, what's going in is just a dirt channel like the one that you saw off in the other area. So you've got dirt coming in, ka-chunk ka-chunk machine, then magical weird semi-fluid stuff coming out in the channel. You estimate, Curzon, that you've probably got about 5 minutes in this room before the ceiling here collapses. What do you do and there are 2 exits, one to the left, one to the right. And what do you do in this room? You just keep moving? You gonna do anything?
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I dare
is-
you to lick that stuff.
Does it, we've got 5 minutes, so it's gonna collapse. Is the ball attached to the ground, the clay ball?
No, it's not a ball. It's a great big rectangular thing, maybe about 10 feet tall.
Oh, so it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a machine basically, except that the casing is made out of clay. And it's got all sorts of temino and spirals. You know, the spirals that you see on the buildings and stuff in the city.
Yeah,
It's
I was
covered
hoping
with
we could lift it out, but it's too big for that.
It is like perpetual magic machine. This is the intense stuff.
We're trying to escape. Let's go right.
Totally gonna like it first. I can't. It's against my code of honor to deny a dare.
Okay,
I'm
so,
headed towards the door on the right.
Yeah, the dwarves are going to exercise discretion and
Okay.
run the hill away.
yeah, this is not something I'd even. There are some times when you prepare for something in an adventure, and there are some times when you just don't think you're gonna have to.
This is
Why are my players this stupid?
This is now an MCC game. Gabe, make your artifact check. See if you can figure out that machine. And Allah's going to mutate in a second.
I think what Allah is about to become is personification of magic mouth spell.
Screaming. Wait, who put the halfling in charge?
She can only shout, but only on ethereal plane.
Is the halfling with us? Either of them?
I am here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
No,
look at it, and then I'm gonna run after you guys.
you
I
mean
move faster than you guys.
That
anyway.
pack
Pepin
is
and
here.
Yeah,
Thistle Whistle or whatever.
Pepin and
yeah.
Elderberry, and that's right. They didn't. Let me do saving
Those
throws.
guys.
Do you call him
Oh.
Slip Whistle?
No,
It's the whistle.
Elderberry and Pepin.
Youngerberry?
Bury the
Well,
elder and bury the younger.
It's only elderberry because when you guys are like, okay, did we all jump to the side? Are we all okay? Everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay." And you're like, "Yeah, let's move on." And then you notice a tiny little pair of boots
Oh no.
sticking out from underneath the edge of the rock, and that's elderberry. So you've got
No, that's not something that someone with us. Halflings don't wear shoes. He must have gone out the other way.
elderberry's like, "Oh no, Bevan, I'd recognize those boots anywhere."
Damn it!
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm going to the door on the right.
Halflings-
I'm not.
Halflings have a terrible survival rate
They are
with you guys.
dime a dozen.
Should I
It's
take
no
the
problem.
boots to add it to the collection of like halfling bits I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Are you still wearing the little blue cap from Gabe's halfling that he
Yeah.
ran over?
Are you
Oh, yeah,
about
for
to
sure.
get another foot fetish? Is that what's happening here?
No, it's my halfling collection fetish, apparently.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got the
Oh.
two little boots.
Yeah, I'm just gonna collect those and put them under my little totally definitely just a monkey head. So it's
Okay.
like a monkey head with a hat and then the two little boots hanging off of it.
All right.
I am just horrified and disgusted by this.
Yeah.
Gabe
All
will
right.
hang up from the rearview mirror on the cart.
All right. So Steve
You can rub
Um,
furry foot for good luck.
licks the magic that's coming out. Okay. Steve suddenly
Ready for the character.
becomes much larger. And gets reddish skin, and now looks like a clay golem.
Steve, grab the box. I'm gonna try the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brr.
All right.
I don't even
Um,
know if clay golems speak, so I'm assuming they don't.
Yeah, I mean, you can get out the occasional word, but you're easily confused, and so you can just sort of work with it that way.
So basically, she's just bigger and red.
Yeah, big and red. See, it's never a good idea to wear a red shirt into a gaming session either, because really,
Or like magical things, apparently.
yeah, I mean, you're going to single-handedly split the party next, probably. I don't know.
Unless we all do it. Maybe we should all lick.
I'm
Maybe they'll
opening the
make
door
things.
on the right.
Hiffling, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to be the responsible party.
But I just love pranks and jokes just too much.
All right, so
Lick
it's
We have like
with
3
me.
minutes. Probably.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not a door actually, Kurzum. It's just another corridor that leads out. Both of the two options are corridors. Both of them have dirt now channeling into them. Meanwhile, Steve picks up the say 8-foot tall cube, which probably
Beautiful.
weighs a couple of tons, and starts tromping after you.
You could do it. Keep coming. I have opium. And I'm gonna start jogging down that.
Bait him.
Back, little dude.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to be restricted to half speed with Ala
Okay.
carrying this thing.
I'm okay with that. I wasn't fast to begin with, so
Okay. All right, so you guys are moving now slowly and deliberately down the corridor as things are falling down, and let's see. It is starting to become clear as it is starting to become clear that you guys are very unlikely to make it out of here. Suddenly a wooden door materializes in the wall right next to Steve the Golem.
open it. I'll open it up.
Okay. You open it, and inside there is a tavern. And there are some people clinking glasses. And there is a woman sitting at a table sort of toward the back of the tavern. She is sitting next to an enormous stone head, which has its eyes are open, and it has blue eyes. And she says, "Oh, good, you're here."
As I say, Steve, go.
Yeah,
Cool.
I squeeze before Steve. I do not wait.
All right, so
And Steve, like, I'm assuming it's like a medium-sized door for regular creatures, and Steve just like struggles to get through it.
okay, so
Kool-Aid
Steve,
Man.
Kool-Aid Man's it.
Steve manages to get the machine stuck in the door, which means that Dane is in the tavern now and safe because the tavern's not falling down. But everybody else is behind Steve, and the machine is jammed in the door.
All right, push.
Push.
I'm gonna start
Steve,
pushing.
push.
All right, so you guys are pushing. We're going to need to make a DC 30 strength check. And let's find out what your strength is, Steve.
Well, I would like to assist.
Yep, you can assist.
You can do it.
So
You
you
will assist from other side.
you are throwing your bonus into that, I believe, when you are working together like that.
I was hoping for advantage because I have the +0.
It's usually advantage.
Okay.
But
In
I
that
will
case,
Mix
contribute
it up.
+1.
all right. So you've got +1 and advantage. And
Do you got one of them guidances?
Oh yeah, I totally do.
all right, yeah, you
Let me
it's
look
going to be
at my spells
difficult.
really quick.
Your,
We're
your
gonna need it.
Your strength is only 20, Steve. So that
I
gives
don't
you a
think I can
plus.
make 30.
Yeah.
I
He's
will.
gonna give me +5.
Yeah, I will give her guidance.
Well,
Cast it
guidance
on
gonna
her.
be a D4. I'm gonna need to roll a nat
Um.
20 and pray.
Can I use my bardic inspiration?
Ooh,
Yes.
that would give
Add a
me a
D6?
D6. Okay.
Oh, so you got a
Alright.
D6, a D4, and advantage.
I am going to use thaumaturgy to
Okay.
cause harmless tremors and help vibrate the box to kind of just shimmy it. You know, when you're trying to give it a little bit of a. It will reduce static static
Coefficient
And
of friction.
friction. Yes, it is one.
I will. Is there space between it and the ground at all?
There's just not really space between it. I mean, yeah, there are a couple of triangular little openings,
Okay,
but
guys.
Steve, it did
If
not
I
really.
can,
I rolled max dice on the support dice and a natural 17 on the D20 after a 3 on the D20. So, I think we can get it, guys.
What does it add up to?
Right, 27 plus the 532.
All right.
I
Yeah.
guess for the 1. Oh man,
Okay, so
Oh.
Steve.
those support dice were where I was at because they rolled so well.
All right, so Steve pushes the thing through the tavern door, which is an inexplicable door. You all pile in behind Steve, with the exception of Dane, who is simply vibrating everything and then walks in calmly after everybody else who pops in after helping out. And the door of the tavern then vanishes behind you. So you're just standing there, clay golem, 8 foot tall magic machine. Everybody's covered in dust, and you're standing in the middle of this tavern. And there's this lady and the giant angel head, and there are also a couple of other people who look sort of ragged and disreputable sitting at the table.
I'm gonna spin around in
Yeah.
circles a couple of times.
Dust off some of pyramid dust off shoulders. Mage hand
Yeah,
nearest
grab-
beer directly into hand and drink.
What was it you were drinking?
I mage hand the nearest beer
Okay.
directly into hand, and I drink. I say, "Thanks, I'll pay for this."
Okay. A halfling comes over, and it's a halfling who's got sideburns that sort of swing out like this in two sort of Farrah Fawcett wings
impressive.
from the side, and there are also 2 little goat horns on its head. And so he comes up and he accepts payment for the beer.
Wicked burns, by the way. Very good.
Thank you.
Wait, where did you get those horns?
What horns?
Those little nubs on your head.
I'm sorry for my companion. She has no filter.
Well, I thought maybe it was a birth defect
Nope.
for me.
Oh.
You know.
No horns.
Can I examine
I'm
Steve?
confused.
Examine Steve. Yes.
And Steve looks down at like at you and is all like, opium.
I'll just hand her like I'll light a pipe with just tobacco in it and blow it and say open your mouth and blow it into her mouth.
Okay. It's not going anywhere. You're blowing it. The head is mostly solid, so it just sort of blows into the mouth and then back out again.
Yeah, that's fine. That means she can't taste it, so she won't know I'm lying to her.
Right. And okay, so the lady that's over at that far table is sort of beckoning you over.
I guess I'll go over. Steve, stay here with our box.
Okay.
All right, so
Poor
you guys.
Steve.
Steve did this to Steve's self.
Yeah, Steve gets stoned every adventure, no matter what.
This time he got clayed.
Now it's
Clayed,
literal.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not stone clay. Yeah.
Dane will go over with what is left of beer and sit by a table.
Okay. Also, the magic is apparently beginning to wear off from Steve because he's slowly getting shorter, more coherent, and less solid. So,
Oh, good.
which does mean you're moving your box out of the tavern may be an issue, but
We'll worry about that later.
all right. So you go over to the table, and the woman gestures for you to sit down.
I'll sit down.
Okay.
Gladly, yeah.
She says, "Well, I'm glad you're here. We really thought you were going to be here at least 10 minutes ago."
We were delayed.
Okay.
We had a boxing match.
Who's we?
That is us. We are. Oh, you mean
No.
her? We or are we?
Her we.
Oh, I imagine her and then weird stone head thing.
It's
Yeah.
her. It's her. The 5-foot diameter stone head that's watching you, and then the two other ragged people who look like they're garbage collectors. One male, one female. So that's the
Okay.
group of
So that's
people.
the we she's referring to.
Right. That's the group that's already there at the table.
Well, go ahead.
No.
Well, I was going to say, I suppose apologies for not arriving on time, as it were. Warlock, not wizard. But thank you very much for the timely exit. It is much appreciated.
Oh, you're very welcome. Otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do the things that you have to do. So,
well, dare I ask, where are we?
it's a tavern.
Well, obviously, but any tavern in particular, or just
I'm not really sure.
okay.
What is going on? How do
I'm
you
with-
guys know what's going on?
I'm with the halfling on this one. What?
Are you on the same trip as me, guys?
Well, yeah, I think we totally are, Steve.
Okay, so the woman is like waving to the guy with the Farrah Fawcett sideburns, and she's like, "Where are we?" And he says, "You're in the Seven Horses Tavern." And she says, "Okay."
Out of curiosity, Mr. Burns, where is that?
Hang on, he's Mr. Burns for sure. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, so Mr. Burns comes over and he's sort of polishing one of the glasses, and he says, "Well, a little bit hard to say. Part of the place is in the elemental plane of fire, and part of the place is in the elemental plane of earth. Really, we're kind of at the border, in the middle of the molten sea."
Okay, well, I don't know what I expected, but I will be honest, was not that. Very informative answer, though. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Another round?
Oh,
Please.
at least two.
I
All
think
right.
we need it.
So he walks on back to the bar, and so you are now talking to this group of people. And the woman who invited you in just seems to be sort of looking at you expectantly, as if you're going to say something to her.
Mhm.
Nice box, huh?
That
Hey.
is, where did you get that from?
Temple.
Oh,
Tominoan Temple.
I
They was just
am. Oh, go
sitting
ahead. Sorry.
around.
I'm Dane, by the way.
I know.
But who are you?
Oh, I'm Muriel. Muriel the Mediocre, some people call me.
I love it.
Whoa.
Like-
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm gonna look at
Like,
Curzum. His Muriel?
Well, he's my Curzum.
Well,
Wow.
obviously, but I'm just gonna drink my beer.
What?
The Mediocre, sorry. Sometimes I'm not all that clear when I talk, so.
Oh,
I
I
never
thought you were
used that.
dead.
I never used that title.
Oh, well, that's nice of you.
Oh, isn't she
Did,
like
did,
a saint or whatever?
Oh, yeah,
did
I am.
you
I am. Saint Muriel. Yes, definitely.
did you want your toe back?
Well, I have all the
I'll
toes.
pull it.
The
I'll pull it.
the
So what's this then?
You've got the finger. Yeah, she goes, well, that's the physical finger, which, might I add, I thought was pretty weird when they started giving away body parts from my corpse. But if it helps, it helps. I'm pleased to help.
And who
So
are your
what
friends?
did-
Oh, well, these are all three angels. Originally, I was just a very, very minor saint, not in charge of any sorts of angels or anything. Just kind of wandering around and helping people. And all of a sudden, I sort of got this thing happen where I got a lot more powerful in the divine hierarchy, which means that now I'm in charge of some things. And so I gathered together a team, and so these are Muriel's angels.
Well, could say this is first time that we have been kind of summoned by random gods, but
Oh, not God,
sorry,
saint,
divine entities.
saint.
Yeah, it's little
We're
column A,
building you a
little
better
column
temple
B.
too.
I heard about that. That is so cool. Except it's really the other guys that are doing that. The ones led by Lethe.
I cleared the space though and hired the architect.
You could say that we laid groundwork.
True.
And we got like the help.
That was true too.
Wow.
Yeah. That was and it was a good recovery, Curzum. I was very proud of you.
I did most of the heavy lifting with that. Lethe's just doing like the administration stuff.
Micromanaging.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually know everything that you and Lethe are doing, so
I'm more action, I'd say, right?
more explosive.
Thank you.
Of course, Lethe's is in a party with Recastrix, so it all
Don't
seems
know.
to balance out quite a bit. Here's your beer, and the guy Mr. Burns is there, and he puts a bunch of beers down on the table.
So what did you need us to do?
I'm going to.
Well, could you pay for my beer?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Do they take money here or something else?
Money mostly. I mean, they trade some other things here in the city of Brass, but the Seven Horses takes money.
Wonder
I
where
will
we're
pay.
ended up.
I'll pay for everybody's beers.
Okay.
Oh,
Can't look bad in front of the person who sends me spells.
That's a totally dope thing to do, little dude.
I
Hey,
think it's his first time he has paid for anything.
exactly.
He
He
didn't
paid his back
absolutely,
for the
but he didn't
donkey.
absolutely
and
have to. So something to be said there.
Yeah. Well, you gotta
I was
love.
trying to impress the girl.
You got to love the fact that Curzim as the cleric always gets other people to pay for him until he runs into his deity, and then the deity makes him pay for stuff, and apparently that just goes all the way up the chain.
Yeah, listen, it's one of the tenets of our religion.
Yeah, it's always the little guy that pays.
Pass the buck. They literally mean that.
Pay it forward. Yeah.
So so Muriel says, okay, well, even though you were a little bit late because of bringing the box with you, anyway, like I said, the we have the angels put together now, but this one here, and she sort of gestures at the head, that's the giant statue head, 8 feet tall, and says this one has a minor problem. Well, no, actually, that's not the problem, because it hasn't had a body for a very long time. There's a head sitting on a pedestal in the town of Bukhalil, which you've never seen. But there is a town called Bukhalil, because I've looked it up on a map, and that's where the angel comes from until he was stolen by Maladar, and then managed to escape with the help of Lethe. And so now what we need to do to sort of restore his strength, because I kind of need his strength, because otherwise, we'll probably, all of us, we're kind of hiding out from demons here, actually, because we're a little bit outnumbered and a little bit outclassed on the whole thing. So we have a room upstairs, but anyway, for this angel to be stronger, that town of Bukhalil, where there's the pedestal, that has, first of all, needs to head back on the pedestal. But the other thing is, it's destined to have an earthquake in 7 days. And so that will destroy all the people there, and it will slide into the sea, which sort of puts me back on square one in terms of putting together the angel team. I was hoping that you could help me on that.
So wait, just to specify, just get the pedestal and let the people fall into the sea?
No. The pedestal is already there. That part's done, taken care of, didn't have to do anything with it. But the head needs to go on the pedestal, and the earthquake needs to get stopped. So, but I have
what? Okay, because I don't know how to stop an earthquake.
And I don't know how to lift a giant stone head.
That's easy.
Well, the stone head pretty much moves on its own. It can float around.
See?
I figured we would just have just Steve lick the stone again, or sorry, Stonehead. I mean the square thing.
Yeah, once we get this thing hooked up.
At least, but Steve didn't lick the stone thing. Steve licked the liquid magic that was coming out.
Yeah, but you feed dirt in that. Really you feed dirt in that end, and then liquid magic comes out the other end.
Yeah, but who's to say it's going to have the same effect? I mean, the soil here might be totally different.
What are you, some kind of geologist?
Well,
says the dwarf.
I don't.
And just coming from Gabe, that's hilarious.
Actually, yes, I have my qualifications right here.
Everybody's got a letter of introduction.
It is kind of soft science.
Business has been good for me writing those letters of introduction. All
right. Then at that point, everything around the tavern seems to get kind of blurry, and all of a sudden you're all sitting in a large stone. But clearly you're in a castle, and you're looking out, and if you imagine Helm's Deep with the sea of orcs, only in this case they're beastmen that you can see sort of out the windows, that's where you are.
What?
Steve is still about 6 or 7 feet tall. You still have the box. All of the angels are there. And Muriel says, "Oh shit!
What just happened?
Are my beers here?
Saints curse?
You have, yes, all of the beers you had in your hands, you still have."
Oh, thank Muriel.
What about
You're welcome.
Mr. Burns?
No, Mr. Burns is not there. Nothing else from the tavern came.
Uh,
Hmm.
whoa.
This was not you. This was not
Are
part
they
of
are they just
background
outside,
story?
or are they sieging the door?
They're sieging the castle. I mean, you guys are several stories up. They haven't gotten through the walls. It's just that you've basically plopped down in the middle of a giant siege. And Muriel says, yeah, this sort of thing does happen. Probably somebody called for help, and it ended up being me that ended up being here.
Oh, it was your turn in like the angel lottery. I get it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
So,
Muriel is saint. Those three, those are angels.
true.
Oh.
Yeah, they're angels.
Technicalities, whatever. We're here now, right? So,
It's okay. You were big golem thing for first part of conversation. You're excused.
So where's the head now?
The head is here. It came with you. The head came. The two angels came. Your machine came. Yeah, and Muriel says, "Well, yeah, we are here, but you're not supposed to be here. Quickly, we'll consult some maps and find out how we can get you into the elemental plane of Earth. It would have been easier from the Sea of Brass. All you would have had to do would be to take a ship across the molten seas.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
That would be easier.
Yeah, that doesn't sound easy.
and so they unfold this great big map, and it keeps unfolding and unfolding and unfolding and unfolding until it's filling about half the room. While this is going on, some soldiers come in, and there's this big thing going on over on the side where they're like, "Yay, we got divine assistance!" That's like rolling a 0-1 on a D100, and so they're all happy, and they're like, "We're saved, we're saved, we've had divine assistance." But Muriel and the angels are all trying to figure out. They're drawing lines, and they have a compass and stuff like that, and finally they say, "Aha, we know how to do it." Where there's going to be a ship from the elemental plane of Earth, and it's going to arrive only a mile away from here in 14 hours. So you're all set.
Sounds good.
Wow, that does sound good, but we still have to get outside, right? And through
there's a
all these.
lot of dudes out there.
Yeah.
Well,
we have 14 hours.
yeah, and I handled the hard part, says Muriel.
So a healer, Stonehead over here. Does he have a name? He flies, right?
The stone-headed.
8
Yeah,
foot, 8 foot stone head. I mean, we can't be much more than his just normal weight. We'll just pile on.
Zeliandriel is his name.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work to. You could give it a try.
I think he hovers though and not flies, right? Can you go higher than that, Zoe?
The eyes blink twice.
Does that mean yes? Blink twice if that's what you mean.
That's not good logic.
It blinks 3 times.
All right, now do an alternating blink pattern: left eye, then right eye.
What are you, an optometrist?
All right, it blinks one eye, then the other.
All right, we're gonna have to think of something.
Yes, do it this way. We can blink
What
once.
if we did like a Zelandriel? What if we did like a Zelandriel code with short blinks and long blinks representing letters?
Okay. If one door always tells the truth and one door always lies, then blink once if you know this riddle already, and twice if you no. Okay. Never mind.
It just stares angrily at Kurzim.
Can we do a test? How high is the ceiling in here? Or is it open?
It looks the ceiling is, I don't know, it's about 10 feet tall.
The soldiers are humans.
Yes.
Why are you under siege?
Huh? We didn't do anything. I mean, we just had this, sea of beast men start coming over the horizons.
But
out
have
of nowhere for
you,
no
yeah,
reason.
have you like
Yeah.
tried talking to them or something? Like,
Yes,
what are they?
Captain Grayson went and talked to them.
Is
The
he
late
Is-
Captain Grayson. Yeah.
Oh.
late-
Did he talk to them before they were here or after they were here?
Sort of during.
Do you have anything of theirs?
No.
Do they seem to have a leader?
Yeah. I mean, there's one of them that's a leader.
Can you point him out or like look out the window?
Okay. Do you see the 10-foot tall giant toad thing in the middle?
Do I see the 10-foot tall giant toad thing in the middle?
You do indeed.
Yes, I do.
That's the leader.
All
All
right.
right, give me about like 10 arrows.
What you have
How
to do is
far
you have
away?
to shoot one, so it's the start of a combat. Then
Yeah,
wait 5 minutes.
exactly.
And then shoot another one after.
And then a short rest, and then
Because you can do that in this edition. No, it's way out of bow shot. And I don't care if you've got a rule that's like infinite bow shot range.
Mike Merle said,
Right.
Well, attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage, but it's still bow range. It's still bow range.
Yeah, I think it does say beyond that range you can't.
Is
Just
600 feet of range is what I got.
"So how many men do you have?"
About 300.
All right.
And how many
And
beastmen
how
does
many
it look
beastmen
like?
did it? Yeah,
You're figuring there's probably about 10,000 out there.
that's it.
Well, okay. So does Zilendriel have any powers like laser eyes or exploding breath? What about garbage angels? Can they do anything special?
Yeah, garbage agent's got to do something.
Trash angels must have some power.
Trash angels.
They recycle
Spew
so well.
filth. They can just spew filth from their hands at any moment. Like what?
No, they just sort recyclables. That's what they do.
That's what they do. They sort recyclables and then they reuse them to make decorative pieces for your home.
I'm just trying to take.
Upcycling.
Look. I'm not trying to offend. I'm just trying to take stock of our options here. It is.
Okay, so everybody but Dane needs to make a saving throw.
Is this the angel smacking us upside the head mentally?
Might be.
What kind of saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, 22.
10.
Okay.
12.
12. All right. So Steve and Backpack or Zephna or Jiglet or any of the other so the two of you guys both just are sort of paralyzed in place all of a sudden. And Kurzim, you just sort of noticed that because you have no idea why it didn't affect you, and same with you, Dane. But you were trying to be inoffensive in the first place, so.
I know why. I carry Muriel's blessing. She knows how offensive I am.
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right. So is there a back way out of this castle?
The guy says, yeah, there is, but they've already sort of blocked it off. I mean, a small group like you guys might be able to get through. It's sort of like there's a rock chimney that goes up to a small fortified, call it a room. It would be a room when you go up into it, but it's got arrow slits also pointing outside. And then there's a gate on the far side of that room. So you'd have to fight your way up the chimney. Presumably they've got that guarded some way. And then out of the room with whatever they've got there. After that, you'd probably be free and clear. It leads to a road. It's an old supply road. So actually, I mean, one of the things that would be really helpful is that if you guys were able to take care of the ones that are there,
you could start getting people out.
We could start getting people out. So that would be good. Praise
like that.
Muriel, who brings people with, plans and ideas and brings stalwart adventurers to save us.
Okay, so can you describe more about this chimney? Do you think would it fit box that we have?
Right at this point, Steve and Jiglet are both returned to normal, and the guy says, "Well, it's the chimney's probably about 20 feet in diameter. So I mean, you might be able to haul that thing up. I don't know,
I
Do
don't
you
know.
guys have anything that we could put the box in that would make it easier to carry,
like a box.
or a bag?
I mean, we could put a bag around it, but I think the bag's gonna tear when you lift it."
Is it like a paper sack?
This is a very heavy box.
We know that it's a plastic sack that's been recycled. Come on.
Oh, true.
One of the two trash angels, they're both making side eye at you now, Ian.
Oh,
If only Albrecht were here, he would tell us how to architect our way out of this.
I think we go out. I'm
I
not
think
sure we can.
If Albrecht were here, you'd probably all be dead already. I think.
I'll be honest, like box is pretty cool, and I would like to know more about it. But
Do you guys
What if we
have
set it up
anybody
here
who
and
knows
have it
anything
start?
about? Yeah, Tamanoan magic, because this thing will take Earth and turn it into magic.
I know somebody who knows something, and I'm gonna hold up the eye.
All right, let's take our break, and then when we're done with the break, you can be Bertoka and try and figure things out.
Good call, Gabe.
I was gonna put it on Emily, but okay.
Oh, she hasn't had a chance to be Brentoka
Who
yet.
says,
Figure out
who says you can't?
Yes, okay.
figure
We'll
out
be
who
back
gets to be
in just a
Bertoka,
moment.
and then whoever gets to be Bertoka can be Bertoka when we get back.
Totally, Emily.
Oh,
my
you have to
God.
have your time to be Bertoka. Just
I
prepare
have
your
to
worst.
figure out how's the voice go.
It's British and it's very snooty. Like the snootiest British person you can think of.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
think of imperialist, like totally looking down on colonials, British
It's just go as
lord.
pompous as you can. If you can
Yeah.
add some
Yeah,
posh
turn
into
that
it too, you're
Pompous
good.
and posh sounds fantastic.
Turn that ham up to 11.
I'll be back.
Yeah, time for the sticky notes.
Yep. Oh god, I have a kitten in my lap and I can't even.
None of them are actually here at the moment. So the thing is, though, I don't know if they're able to hear. It's going to be very interesting to see who plays Bratoka. The thing about Bratoka is that he is an ancient Teminoan sorcerer. And whenever somebody puts the disc that's his eye in their eye, he basically takes over. And so they've got a sorcerer instead of a regular person. I'm going to go take a look at the chat and see if anybody is watching that. We do. We've got a bunch of people in the chat.
We are almost all back.
I am sporting the great shirt here. That's all right. Let's go back and take a look there. I was looking at the chat room. Looks like James Stanton is not here. He is the person who gave us the idea of Bratoka's eye. Skeeter liked the halfling voice. Everyone is muted, Allah. Oh, there's Emily. Okay.
Hey.
Well, we still got another 5 minutes before we... Another 3 minutes before we start. I just wanted to take a look and see who was on the chat. Heath Hershey's just like, interesting. I don't even know what's interesting.
I don't know what he's referring to either.
It could be anything that happened over the course of the last hour.
I think that's the only thing he said since the very beginning.
I think it is.
So I've missed Matt's shirt, but people keep mentioning it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
God damn it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll be back when we start.
Okay, now that I'm done shoveling tacos in my face. I need to get recipes from you, Emily, because the food pictures you post are freaking amazing.
Thanks.
And I am dying looking at them. Just, ugh.
Well, I am dying right now because I want some of your tacos.
They're not even that fancy. They're just like pulled pork tacos with...
That's kind of fancy. Did you pull the pork yourself?
I got the Costco pre-made pulled pork.
We still pulled it though. You know,
Don't bat your eyelashes.
We did have to pull it apart.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
So you
she
did
did
the
not. She did
pulling.
not pull the pork. I pulled the pork.
Uh-huh. I see. Did you
But-
get some pulled pork tacos also, Gabe? Word.
It's so good. With some pico.
Good stuff.
Doesn't even need a lot.
Telling you. Get out of here.
Get your kids there.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, cat.
Demands.
Yes. At least your children can voice demands instead of just yelling at you and cat. Hello, cat.
Okay, we all ready?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
but-
So
So,
Don't show me.
there it was.
Yep, there's the cat butt. Okay, sit down.
so the angels begin the process of getting people organized for the escape, while the captain shows all of y'all over to the place where there's like a little narrow corridor, and it weaves its way around, only just large enough for your box. And then he points to where all of a sudden it just goes vertical, and he says that's the chimney that leads up to the guard post that they've taken and invested.
how tall is it?
What, the winding passageway?
No, going up.
Oh, going up. Oh, he says it's about 100 feet,
Okay.
maybe
so we'll leave.
maybe 601.
Yeah. We'll leave ropes down for you.
This sounds very
Some
unpleasant.
ropes.
I am not much of a
Okay.
climber.
Lunchbox, are you ready for this?
Backpack.
What's what I said?
Satchel.
I
Nope.
could be a lunchbox. Do these people have any good food around here?
No, we're
Okay.
almost out. We're down to making soup out of leather.
Hold
Mm.
very still. And I'm gonna just pop the eye in.
Okay.
My dear say, what a rude awakening!
Welcome back. You're very
Oh,
good at
you
this.
people again.
What is the name of weird magic again?
Temanoan.
That's the
Bratoka.
one. That's the one. Well, no,
Bratoka.
his name is Bratoka. Box is Temenoan. Is what I was looking for. Okay. We need to make Box perhaps a little bit easier to transfer. Do you know any way?
Well, he's a third level. He's a third level sorcerer.
Well, he has levitate. We have established that. But he is also maybe is some command word. You knew other command word.
I did know another command word. But that was another command word.
No, what? It is.
Well, why are you all the time asking me questions? Please.
Because
How about
you're
I
like the
ask you
smartest
some
one
questions?
here.
You just asked me a question right now. I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, how about you figure out a way to get it up the wherever you need?
I did figure out the way. I
All right,
put
good
eyeball
job.
on halfling person.
What about you? I'll show you some magic you've probably never seen and transmute air into gold if you hook up that machine and teach him its command word.
Or that
Interesting.
levitate spell would probably work again. And get us up.
Well, well, you see, I don't know that. Let's see, how high can levitate go, and how heavy a thing can it lift? I
In
don't
your
know.
case, you're pretty sure that you can get it up there. You can get it levitating.
Hmm. Okay, and all of the little creatures and peoples as well.
No.
One
No,
thing at a time.
They're going to have to organize. I'm just saying, in terms of using your spell, you'll be able to. You know that you'll be able to lift the box up the 100 feet, although it won't go very fast. But you can levitate it all the way up there.
I will then levitate it all the way up there. But do you know it is safe at the top? This cannot fall into the wrong hands, you understand.
Well, it's almost
I'm not
certainly
entirely
safe.
sure that you're the right hands anyways.
What was
Now,
the
what
command
it
word
does-
again?
Hang on, let me interrupt. Okay, so Emily, what this thing does is it transforms Earth into basically magical power. Unfortunately, you don't have a thing that will then take that magical power and do something with it. So basically, it can be used to create just regular raw materials on magic. It will work much better if it's deep underground, although even that doesn't really work as well as it did during the Teminoan era. But you're not sure when you are at the moment, because the thing is that the whole substance of the world of Jordoba is fraying at the edges, and so there are actually permanent rifts have formed that lead into other alternate versions of Jordoba, and you're not even sure if you're in the same version of Jordoba, the same reality of Jordoba as the one that you started out in. And so once you get
Brentoken
outside,
knows
you may
all
be able to
this?
see that. Sorry?
So Brentoken knows all of this?
Yeah, he's aware of it because he's I mean, a lot of this stuff hadn't actually started in the Teminoan era, but Bratoka has been on and off put into people's eyes and seen stuff, and a lot of them were fairly powerful magic users and people who were, using him for different purposes. So he's seen a lot of the stuff that's gone on throughout history, although it's all piecemeal.
Gotcha,
And
little snapshots.
exactly. He's got these little bitty snapshots, mostly of people asking him questions, and then what he does is he asks his own questions and figures out, more and more. So that's what he knows about what's been going on in the world, is that it's kind of coming apart at the seams. So I'm not sure that that's helpful in this particular levitate the thing out of the fort scenario, but
I'm not entirely sure either how that knowledge will be used, but
all right. So, but what you do know is that you'll be able to levitate the thing.
But I am still concerned about what might be at the top of this.
Less beastmen that are surrounding the castle that you're in right now. So
that's true, says the captain.
Why don't you all head up there first, and then I'll send the box.
Tell Dane the command word, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
I don't know. This is highly guarded knowledge that I've kept secret for the centuries.
So you're here temporarily. If you'd like to extend your stay, it's time to start talking.
Well,
by extend your stay, I mean we are due to be going across molten ocean pretty soon. It would be a shame if something were to happen to a trinket that we found on the side of the road. I don't know. I actually have a question
don't take very well to threats.
Oh, good. Because I don't give them very well.
At Gabe.
We're just gonna smack.
Yeah, like mage hand backhand him.
No, just straight up backhand and pop the eye off. I don't know if it was working, dudes.
I'm with Steve.
Well, fair enough. I kind of think we might just want to leave blocks. It seems like a bit of a liability at this point.
It's super heavy, dudes. And Steve tucks the eye away.
Kurzuma, how do you feel about leaving blocks?
I mean, I think let's go clear out the top first.
Okay.
See what's up there. There's got to be we'll see what we can do.
All right. So what is it? What is it that you're doing? You're looking at the bottom of this chimney. So I mean, from where you're standing, it just looks like the corridor in here sort of ends in a curved thing, except that you know that it goes up from there. And so that's all you've seen is the bottom 10 feet of it. That's all you know of right now.
I'm gonna start climbing. Is it loud? Can we hear lots of beastman noises and stuff?
No, no, not from here.
Okay. So is there, if I tap, is there echo a lot?
Where are you tapping?
On the wall.
Inside of the little circular chimney bottom area?
Yeah.
Because you said you start climbing. I want to know exactly what you're doing. Right now, you have not stepped into that chimney area.
Now, is it just like a sheer chimney, or is there like stairs or steps or rungs or anything like that to climb up it?
Handle.
Or
From
It's a
where you're
climb.
standing, no, there's nothing like that.
It's all right, dudes. I'll go first. Maybe I can like put in some spikes or something for you
Well, that was my
guys.
thought, was to hammer in pitons, but if it's going to be crazy loud and let them know we're coming, then we can't do it.
and it is quite tall to top, is it not? Like that would be a lot of pitons.
Yeah, probably. Maybe I can just get up there and pull at least one of you guys up, and then we
I'm
can
going
get
to
the others
start
up.
climbing.
Okay, so you go into the area.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it smooth on the inside, or is it like?
It
There's
is
little-
no, it's I mean it's native rock, but it's relatively rough, so it's like, climbing a rock wall. So all right, so Curzon walks in there and he starts looking to climb up. What's your armor class?
What is my armor class? Something. Sorry, hold on, I'm jumping to it. My armor class is 20.
Okay. Okay. Someone throws a rock down at you.
Can I see them?
Well, you see sort of a gray thing get pushed off over the edge and then get bigger. And then it hits you.
Is
And
it
you take
pretty big rock?
7 points of damage. No, smaller than a bowling ball. Also, okay, so where that came from is that there's an alcove about 50 feet up. Above the alcove, there's a rope ladder that leads to the top. The rock was pushed down from the alcove, which was like the guard point. And also, there's another beast man in the alcove who blows a horn.
Balls.
All right, so I'm going to leave.
Okay, so you back out. A second rock hits a couple seconds later.
Is Muriel around?
Yes, but not standing around with you guys. You'd have to go and get her.
I'm going to go approach her.
Okay, she's busy getting together people, and they're getting ready. The plan is that they're going to cast like illusions of people out on the battlements while everybody files out up the chimney that you guys are going to liberate and make safe. Yes?
The chimney's well guarded.
Well, that's what
gonna
that's what we're here for. You're going to get everyone. You're going to clear the guards out of the chimney. Right?
How tall's the chimney
We're
again?
going to try.
100 feet.
Is
Oh,
50
easy
feet
peasy.
well, Golf?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got this. And he like, Steve just like hangs out at the bottom and just takes aim at any beastmen he can see. If
Okay,
they're
so
not there anymore.
you're just going to step in there and
Yep.
shoot anybody. Okay.
Shoot anything that moves.
One of them
That's
One of them
beast-like.
looks out of the alcove to see if there's anyone down there.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Oh gosh, probably gonna hit with a 15. 18 total.
Yep, that's a hit. Okay,
And
so
I'm not gonna Hunter's Mark, but it's gonna be a lot of damage.
okay. It's not going to need to be a whole lot of damage. So it's sort of, because these things are basically the fighting equivalent of orcs. So
Oh, okay.
he sticks his head out and you shoot an arrow through his head and he falls. Make a saving throw.
Dexterity, I imagine?
Dexterity saving throw, DC 10.
18.
Okay,
Not a
so
problem.
you step back, boom! It lands after the 50-foot drop, spatters the entire floor with blood, fur, beast man guts, and 2 little goat horns. Big. They're not like Mr. Burns. These are pretty big goat horns. One of them's broken.
All right.
Though.
We want Zelandriel to come with us.
Okay, so you're making your move now. All right. So the big stone head sort of rises up and begins levitating over.
Hold on, I have to heal myself first.
Okay.
All right. Somebody like draw them out or something, and I'll see if I can pick them off as they're trying to attack you.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
I feel like what you just did worked pretty well, actually.
I start with a longer than normal prayer too. I'm like, Muriel, please grant me your healing energies.
Okay, about when you're about halfway through the thing, Muriel loses patience and just reaches out and heals you.
Nice. That's what I was hoping for. How much did she heal me for?
All of it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
See, sometimes it pays to be long-winded. All right, I'm going to head over there.
And I know that you would have gone through that whole prayer too, right on air in the middle of the game, kept going until you got the
Until I got it.
Okay. So you guys sort of reconvene. You leave the area where they're doing all of the planning and the organization and the logistics. You walk back through the fortress, get over to where Steve is just looking up with a bow, and the angel arrives there. So Steve,
Right.
did you? No, you moved out. You moved back out of the chimney.
Yeah, he moved out after the guts happened. But if somebody is gonna go back up, he'll sort of peek in there and keep an eye out for anything that's planning to throw rocks or.
I'm gonna start climbing.
Okay, well,
So
wait. Before you do that, okay. So Steve, you're keeping an eye up there, and also there's this pair of little beastman eyes sort of pop up. Like this right over the edge of the thing. It's too small to make a target for you. So you and the beast man are sort of just looking at each other while the whole thing's going on. And it's got its rock. I mean, you can see the edge of the rock there, and you've got your bow, and it's got its rock, and the two of you guys are just there, sort of waiting for the other one to make a move.
Can Steve, you see one of them?
Yeah.
How far up is he?
50 feet.
Oh, like about that.
All right, I'm gonna peek out until I can see the eyes.
Okay.
I cast Sacred Flame at him.
Okay.
It's a DC 13 deck save for him.
Okay.
And I'm hoping he. Oh, dang it!
All right. Did he duck his head back down?
Yes. So you have a second and a half in which no one is watching the thing.
So he is in little alcove inside of room.
There is basically the way it goes up.
Side of chimney.
Yeah, it goes up for 50 feet, and then there's a little alcove off to the side where the guards are, and then it goes up another 50 feet, and there may be defenses up there too because they did alert.
Okay. Well, there is sort of break in rockfall. If that is known to me, I'm gonna pop my head out, point up at alcove, and cast bonfire. Create bonfire, which just makes a little burning fire in opening of alcove, that just sits there and burns.
Okay. Yeah. So all right. So you hear sort of a yelp, and then it's not. You don't think it's probably doing damage in there, but it's enough to keep anyone from being able to actually stick their head out. Now there is still there is some movement going on right at the very top of the thing, but apparently they're not able to see all the way down to the bottom the same way that you guys can't see all the way up to the top. So
and his bonfire must be creating a little bit of smoke too.
Yeah, but I mean that's not too significant. I mean the smoke's being pulled up there, but
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself,
and
then I'm going to start climbing. Steve, shoot them if they come out.
Yeah, dude, I got your back.
All right.
This might be a bad time to mention that this specialization is already pretty broken, but I also have 90 feet of dark vision for purposes of hitting things.
And it's 100 feet up.
Yeah, so I can't see the very, very top in the dark, but most of everything else along the way.
Okay, so right now, as I understand it, you're down there
at the very bottom.
You're not able to cover all the way up at the top thing unless you're just shooting blind. You are able to see the alcove. No one's trying to get through that fire in the alcove. There are a couple of like, ow, ow, and then no more stuff. And then Kurzum has begun to climb. That's going to be a DC 10 climb check for each of the 10 feet. That's going to be 10 climb checks.
Hold on 1 second.
You can do it. Oh, athletics checks. Gonna be hard.
All right, I'm headed towards the alcove too.
Okay.
I have a natural 20 on the first one.
Nice.
All right. So you get up 10 feet.
I'm gonna keep going.
Roll again for you to get up to 20 feet.
I'd make it over a 10.
Okay. So you're up 20 feet. See if you can get to 30.
I get to 30, but my roll is getting lower each time.
All right. Well, you're 30 feet up. I mean, if you want to, you can freeze there.
But so if I stop here, do I have what am I gripping onto? Could I cast?
You've got a can you cast spells?
With somatic components.
Yeah, I mean, unless depending on the spell, but in general, yes.
I'd like to cast spiritual weapon if I can.
You can do that.
Okay. So my bonfire thing just lasts a minute, but I will go out and recast it. I'm also going to be ready and watching him since it seems like things are kind of under control. And if he does fall, I'm going to cast Gust on him to blow him back up, just a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe.
Slam me into the wall.
Yeah, it is like Dwarven Marilyn Monroe. It is like with this.
Except instead of a skirt, it's a beard.
I will cast my spiritual weapon into the alcove.
Okay.
And have it go.
A moment. Okay, so a moment later, the giant finger pokes two beastmen out of the hole. They scream on their way down. The first thing that they might hit is Kurzum. So roll 2 DC 10 dexterity saving throws, Kurzum.
A 14 on the first one. And an 11 on the second one. But hold on. I have a minus 1, so I have a 10 on the second one.
They miss you on the way down. Steve and Dane, each of you needs to make only one saving throw because each of you has to dodge only one of the beastmen coming down.
I'm in Dane's backpack.
No, you're in Elbric's backpack. I didn't know where. I do not have the strength that Elbrick is. I would be broken.
She escaped.
Yeah, no, Dane will fall over backwards if you get in his backpack. He's a warlock, not a fighter.
Oh. He looks sturdy enough to me.
Well, it is all in beard. I got 16, by the way.
Okay. You've been awfully quiet, Ala. I bet you failed that saving throw.
Oh no, I made it.
Okay. All right. So the two beastmen land very much like the first one. The result of a 50-foot fall is very, very ugly, and so all of you except Kurzum are now completely spattered in beastman blood and little bits of fur and hoof and stuff like that. So there's that. But the alcove is now cleared out. You're pretty sure.
I'm gonna get to the alcove.
You're gonna what?
If I can. Try to continue climbing to the alcove.
All right, roll again to see if you get to 40 feet.
17 gets me there.
Okay, if you succeed on this next one, you get all the way up into the alcove.
So I rolled an 11 and I have a -1, so I have a 10.
That's a 10, and that's all you need. It's a DC 10. So, all right, so you scramble your way up into the alcove. And Dane, are you able to turn off that bonfire, Gabe?
You're muted.
Yep. It is concentration.
Okay.
So are you gonna turn off the bonfire?
Yes.
All right. Now, I will send my spiritual weapon 50 feet more up
Okay.
to the top.
But now up there, you don't know what it's seeing. I don't think you can just send it up to be like attack everything in there, can you?
I'm not sure.
Let me take a look.
I think it's.
I think you need to be able to see what you're going to have
Yeah,
an attack,
I think you
right?
do.
It's not like it has its own intelligence, right?
You just make. It says make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet. So if I send it to the top of the hole,
But it's you making the attack. So
Well-
yeah, I think you're going to need. I mean, you were able to in the alcove because there was no question, that they were in the alcove, and all that you were doing is pushing them out. But you can't.
I'm still gonna send it up and just kind of like spin it around if I can the entrance just to
Okay.
keep them back,
Um.
and I will then hammer a piton and drop a rope.
Okay. Now that the spell only lasts for 1 minute,
Yep.
so you've already. I mean, in the process of climbing up there, you've already run past the duration of the spell.
All right, so it's gone.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
We had some of that cold brew iced tea stuff. You can make tea without using hot water, and it actually tastes like tea.
That's a travesty, says a British person somewhere.
I mean, what'll they think of next? I'm the British person. I've got dual citizenship.
Where's
Bloody
Bertoka?
colonials are what they think of next.
Where's Bertoka when we need him?
I know, it's like magic.
He's in Steve's pocket at the moment.
Speaking
Yes,
of, did you guys did hear that he was willing to levitate the thing? He's just not willing to do it before you get up there, or
So I drop a rope
give
for
the
Steve.
command word.
All right.
Ian, totally not willing to listen to that side of the plan.
No. We have to just keep grinding this out.
And Backpack, of course, doesn't know, is the
No.
one person in the party who does not actually know that. So
No.
Yeah.
That was out of character.
Steve
No,
goes,
it's fine for you to remind them. I'm just saying that
Okay.
That-
yeah,
that-
no. Yeah, Backpack doesn't know.
Backpack can't step in and say, "All right, let's do the thing," because you're the one person who can't,
Exactly.
who doesn't know what you just reminded them about. But I'm fine about the reminder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really, really relaxed on meta
Okay.
play. So,
Okay, good.
okay. All right. So
do you want like athletics checks to climb up with the rope?
no, when you have a rope, you're good to go.
Okay, perfect.
And
I mean,
and
I
while
guess
she's
roll
climbing up,
roll a d20 and don't roll a 1. So
of course he'd said that.
5 times or
for this one,
It's just
no,
a 5.
really, just the once.
Oh, okay, yeah. No ones.
Like I said,
And
it's like a rock wall, climb thing. So once you've got a rope, really, it would require sneezing and tripping simultaneously in order to lose your grip on a rope and fall, because you're just rope walking up the side.
Is there room for more than 2 people up in that alcove, or is it something where? Okay.
No, there's room for 3 in the alcove.
I'll motion Dane up then.
But Big Pick, why don't you go? I will guard exit.
oh, how noble of you, Dame. And I will hoist
You are
myself.
relatively new to adventuring party. It is sort of my thing.
Steve, did you
That's
leave
nice.
the eye with Dane?
No, I've got it, dude.
Steve has it.
All right,
You're shouting
so-
that down to Steve. So you've got the eye,
Oh,
right?
no, Steve climbed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm in
So
the alcove with-
we've got Steve. So it's the 2 of you guys in the alcove right now.
Yep.
Then. All right.
I
and
will
that's-
write and take a piece of paper then and write a quick note that says, "Forsooth, levitate yon box upwards in shaft." And I'll sign it to Bertoka, and then I'll give it to her. Wrap the eye in that, and then drop it to him.
To who, man?
Dang.
To Dane? Okay. Yo, little other dude with a beard.
Okay. At
Here's
this
a
point, a rock.
Fastball. Oh.
Okay.
You're like, yo, dude, little dude, and right at that point, somebody throws a rock because they finally hear something that they can target on. So
It
now,
is right when I look up.
yeah, exactly. So Steve, you're not actually peeking out there. You were just calling down to them.
Yeah, just letting
But
him know I'm gonna throw something.
Dane and Backpack, of course, both look up and they see a rock suddenly start getting really, really much bigger very fast.
Son of a bitch.
So let's see who it's aimed at. Oh, it's aimed at you, Dane.
Oh god.
All right, Gabe. So your armor class is probably good enough not to get hit with a 9, but we'll call that 9, 10, 11, and
My beard cushion
11.
is full.
Yeah, 11. Okay, so what's your armor class?
14.
Okay. So yeah, it misses you, but only by 3, so that's not too bad. So this rock comes down, bam, cracks in half, down at the
Right through your beard.
Yeah, it leaves it split and frayed.
No! that would be direct hit.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what we
actually, I
said.
mean,
That's-
with that, you're able to, you look up, you see the rock, you whisk your beard out of the way, and bam, the rock hits in front of you. So
He would have taken 3 psychic damage if the beard was injured. So
yeah, exactly.
It is granodiorite. But what?
So the rock falls, and then you're just like, what?
wait,
I couldn't hear
dude,
you.
that
There
wasn't,
was a
that
rock.
wasn't me, dude.
Steve, let's hold on. Let's do that again though, and this time I want to look up this time.
Okay.
No, dude, that wasn't me. Oh, try again. I'm gonna throw something else.
Okay, you know
Smaller.
what? Fuck you.
I'm wa-
No, dude, you gotta catch Bertoka. Otherwise, he might break.
It
Okay.
will be ready with Mage Hand, and you just
All right.
go.
So here's what happens. You say, I'm going to throw something else. It's Bratoka. Ian, you're looking up. You see a beast man head over
Sacred
the
flame.
top and drop a rock. You sacred flame him. He saves. So the rock comes down, and this time it is aimed at still Gabe.
Okay, I'm son
They
of.
hate you. They hate you.
All right. Yeah. However, it's a terrible. Okay. So basically, Steve says, I'm going to throw something down to you. There's a big flash all the way up at the top of the thing. A rock comes down relatively close to you. Bam! Smashes on there. Sends up sort of a spray of stone chips and blood. Hey, Jacob. So yeah, Steve's trying to kill you.
Dane is going
Obviously,
to.
it's
Okay, I'm
obviously
getting my
Bratoka's
fist
eye.
fighting beard clips out, and I'm gonna clip my beard up, so I'm ready for a fight.
Okay, yeah.
And,
'Cause what came down there was obviously not Bratoka's eye. So maybe they've captured Steve, or it's hard to tell.
Don't
Alright,
make me
let's-
come up there.
Let's try this the other way, Steve, where you shoot him with an arrow and I'll throw it down.
Oh, okay. Here's your note and Bertoka. And okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
Steve looks around the top. So Steve's waiting.
Yep.
This time it's going to be a rock in the eye right after. Get ready. I say to Dane.
Okay. And Steve, you see a guy, Beastman, come up.
Okay, and he's gonna try and shoot him.
All right. And he drops his rock.
It's a 24 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit. So he drops his rock and then dies. And so
Okay, this
And I say,
time,
and a beast man.
so this time I take cover for rock, and then right after rock hits, I look out.
There's a beast man.
And I'm good.
okay. So first off,
Fantastic.
all right, so you're telling Dane how you're going to throw something down at him, and at that point, a rock lands right next to Backpack because it was actually Backpack he was aiming for. So smash! There's the great big smash like that, and then
Who's the beast man aiming for?
yeah, that's what I got to find out. The Beast Man. Okay, yeah, no, that's headed for Dane. So Dane looks over and is like, "Wow, the rock finally missed me," and now make uh, a DC 10 saving dexterity saving throw or get hit by the Beast Man.
He's got
Yeah.
this.
No, right in the kisser.
Boy.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so Dane, the rock smashes down, and then a Beast Man lands on top of you and does 4 hit points of damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
I hate chimneys.
All right, now are you ready for the eye?
Well, they would have already dropped the eye at this point, right? Because it was supposed to be rock eye.
And just sort of like crumpled underneath Beastman with hand out.
I will try to drop it to him.
Okay, so but I don't understand what you just said, Emily.
Because so Steve.
Oh, I
had
wasn't
said-
gonna throw it.
Wait, let me hear what Emily's saying. I'm just,
God damn it, Ian.
I think right. Steve said not that it was going to be rock then eye, right?
that's
And
what he
so
said. Only it turned
that's
out it
what he
was
had
Rock
said.
and then Beast Man.
Right. So was Gabe trying to grab the eye that was then the Beast Man, and
What are you
they already
troublemaking
dropped the
for?
eye? Had they already dropped the eye? No.
They have not dropped. No, that's the thing is they haven't actually dropped the eye yet. They keep saying they're going to drop the eye and then responding to Beast Men who keep dying and throwing rocks and stuff. So really they've been talking about it, for I don't know, about 30 seconds at this point and still have not actually thrown down the eye. So Gabe holds his hand out and in the alcove, what do you guys do?
I dropped the eye.
Okay, so you stick your hand out, drop the eye. Yeah, it smacks right into Dane's palm.
Nice.
Without even trying to get out from underneath this mess of Beastman, I'm just going to put eye in
Okay.
because I don't want to be part of this reality anymore for a moment.
Okay. So you wake up. It's not the worst. It's not the worst situation you've ever woken up in.
Heavens,
but-
this is just simply unacceptable. Wait,
This is like cold brew tea.
oh, that's okay. Well, that's a blasphemy. I'll have you know. Seem
Read
reasonable
the
at all.
note, dude.
What note? Was there a note attached? What?
Yeah, the eye was wrapped in a piece of paper.
Well, first of all, I have to say your handwriting is simply abysmal. Dear heavens.
He wrote it with his foot, dude.
Yeah, actually, it's soaked in blood. The only thing that you can actually read is the word levitate.
This doesn't even. It's not helpful at all. Is that block thing within any sort of a?
Oh yes, it's right over here.
Okay. Can I levitate myself on the block, or is it really just? Because that seems like a magnificent way to ascend.
Yes, you can sit on the. You can
Yes,
sit on the block.
I will ascend the block and then.
Wait,
ascend.
hold on.
All right.
Wait.
So, well, yeah, no. So all that you see is that Bertocca walks out of the chimney area, and then
I'm gonna start.
a
Can
moment
I
later,
start climbing up then immediately?
you don't know what's going to happen. So a moment later, the block floats out with Bertocca sitting on top of it, and begins to float upward. What do you do?
In a method of befitting my standing. Alone.
Steve, cover me. I'm gonna tie the rope to me and start climbing up.
Okay, dude. I got you.
Okay. So two of you are emerging. One of you is floating on top of a box, and so they throw a rock at you, and they roll. They've got advantage because they're up there, and so they roll a 17. Okay, so Dane, you are hit.
Can I pick any of them off before they?
No,
At least one of them.
there's a great big clay box in the way.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
unfortunate.
it levitated that fast?
It's only 10 feet up in the air, but it's. Oh no, that's
You're
right,
50.
Steve. You're higher than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve's at the 50 point.
Okay, so we step back a moment then, and so another beast man comes out with a rock, aiming at Bertocca, who is beginning to ride up. But Steve, you are
It's gonna hit.
starting to hand rope to Kurzim because Kurzim is talking about climbing up, but you see this.
Well, I have the rope I dropped. I'm just like tying off another one and
Yeah, but
going
you were
up.
like, well, and you were like, Steve, cover me. So Steve, you came out. Yes. All right. So you've got a clear shot, and actually roll initiative to see whether you or the Beast Man gets it, because you're actually he's got an 11.
I have a 13.
Okay. So yeah, in this case, given that all of this is going on, you're actually able in the position now that you can shoot the guy before he drops the rock, which is exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Is there any
Then
way you
like-
can do less than 8 points of damage?
If I roll minimum, I still do. I would do 9 points of damage if both arrows connect.
1d8 squared plus.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
special-
sharpshooting.
the
Because I want
special-
the accuracy.
Logarithmic expansion feat from Xyanthon's Guide to Everything.
Times the Merle's coefficient.
He does take a lot of damage. It's probably enough to blow his brains out.
Yeah. Okay.
onto
So
the Beastman next to him.
all right. So this one dies, and the rock drops behind him. You hear another Beastman yell "Ow!" from behind him, and then he topples forward toward Dane, hits Dane, but not Dane. Hits Gabe, but instead of doing the 8 points of damage as a hard rock, he only does 2 points of damage as a soft Beastman.
Soft Beastman. Luxuriantly soft.
Right.
that
Now,
break
however,
down?
we do have one more issue which could be really bad. You need to make a DC 15 saving throw to hold on to the eye.
Oh, that's going to be great.
No.
What kind of DC 15 saving throw?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Not
Hey,
wisdom?
hey,
You
so
sure?
I'm assuming he's using my stats, right? My dexterity?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
That's your
I
body.
made it. DC 16.
Nice.
All right. So
Squeeze.
so by a very, very small margin, Bratoka is able to put his hand up and grab the eye before it gets knocked out. Then continues levitating.
And I start climbing.
All right. So you start climbing. He's levitating.
I'm
Steve's
going
covering
to
it. One
ready.
more Beastman. Okay, the last Beastman looks over the edge.
Can I zip him with scorching rays?
Yes.
Okay. I don't even.
Scorching ring. That feels like overkill.
But in my mind, I'm just like covering entire chimney. Is okay. This is Bratoka. I'm using the wrong accent. I'm Bratoka. I will not just ascend magnificently upon this glorious magical object. I'm going to go so in a laser show of scorching rays. And
I hope I
so,
don't get hit with one of those.
so it's not just like, it's covering, but it's like they're spinning around and I'm like drawing figures in the sky. Maybe not
Yeah.
quite that.
If you
But-
can do it in style, do it in style.
Yeah.
Without hitting the dwarf that's climbing up above you. Because I
Yeah.
hurt way more than a beast man.
I don't really know what his bonuses are, but I think I hit like an 18 with my spell attack roll.
Oh yeah, that'll totally do that. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, the angel head has floated over, and then it stops next to Emily. It stops next to Backpack. What do you do?
Well,
It clunks itself down to the ground and then rises up another inch, and then clunks itself back to the ground again.
can I pick it up?
No, it's 8 feet in diameter. It's a massive.
Oh,
piece
it's
of
the
granite.
whole thing.
It's the head.
Oh, it's the whole head. Okay.
The head of this angel is 8 feet in diameter
Sweet.
and made out of rock.
Okay.
Right.
So I rolled 3 times for the scorching rays, and one of them was actually a crit. But
All right, so yeah,
apparently it's Bratoka's signature spell.
all right,
Yeah,
so
it clearly is.
So you just Star Wars the top of the gap where this beast man is poking his head out. All right, so Kurzim, you're the closest to it. You need to make like a DC 5 saving throw to avoid getting ash in your eye, because that's about all that comes down.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you do get a little bit of ash in your eye. There's a whole bunch of like scorchy, burning hair pieces that are just drifting down, kind of like a snowfall, as Bratoka ascends on the top of his magical Teminoan box, shooting fire in all directions. And then he goes past you and gets up to the top.
Oh, he's climbing faster than me.
He's levitating.
He's
Yeah,
fast.
he
I'm gonna
just-
keep climbing.
Okay. Emily, what are you doing down there at the bottom?
Well, I'm gonna turn my head sideways and try and make eye contact with the angel
Okay.
head.
It looks at you,
Okay.
and then it thumps itself up and down again.
Is something broken?
It blinks twice.
I don't remember what that means. Did we say 3 times is yes and 4 times is no?
No, it blinks twice.
I'm so confused. We never did figure out a language.
Okay, so you guys up at the top now. Kurzim arrives. Bratoka's already there. It's just sort of a little fort lookout room, and then it has a uh, a field of fire over the top of a long stairway that goes down and brings you over to the far side of the ridge, so that it would take a very long time for an army to get back around to this side of what's going on. And the room, there are some supplies in there, but basically what you're looking at here is, basically a platoon of beastmen were here, guarding to make sure that nobody came out, did so unsuccessfully. And so you guys are now at the top. Steve is in the middle at the alcove. Emily is down at the bottom, and so is the angel head. So Emily's talking to the angel head, and it finally starts to rise very, very slowly and starts rising upward.
It seems to be working.
Can we pull the box into the room?
Yes.
Yes, I'm working on it right now. Are there any raw materials that I can shovel into the box earth materials that I can shovel into the box to convert it to energy? Or is that
There's a pretty good supply of rocks up here, actually.
Yes, I'm going to start charging it up.
Okay. The angel head now slowly just continues to go up, and so it arrives up at the top. Actually, it stops where Steve is at the alcove, and it just stops and waits there for a minute.
I got your back, angel dude.
All right. When you say that, it starts moving up again.
I start attaching my last 2 ropes and drop them down.
Okay. Emily, you've got the ropes that come down.
So there should be 2 at each level, like 2 to the alcove, 2 to the top.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So it's not the same ropes that you used.
No.
Got it. All right.
I will start climbing up finally.
Okay. So you're climbing up.
Mm-hmm.
You're the last one of the group to need to go up. Steve.
Bratoka, don't forget that command word. It was Mazelchin.
No,
right?
that wasn't it at all, and I'm far cleverer than you, my friend. That won't work on me. That said, I have probably about maybe 8 more minutes on this levitate. If we do have somewhere else to take this heavy block, we might want to get a move on. I'm just saying, I would not presume as to tell you what to do, but whatever it is that you're doing is probably wrong.
Is there a way to make the magic blow up from a distance?
Oh, you poor small-minded thing. What?
Well, if we pour all the magic into the fort while the people are escaping, we can let the beastmen in and then blow them all up.
You do know a way, Bratoka, that all that you have to do is keep feeding rock into this thing.
Yes, if I had a great deal more...
And then say the command word when it's all the way stoked up.
And then roll 2 natural 20s. It's all it takes to collapse a large structure like this.
It's 1 in 400.
I just did it earlier today. I think my sense of time is actually a little bit skewed right now. But, yeah, I mean, yes, potentially. It's a thing we could do if we had time. Do I know about how long that would take to actually charge this whole thing up and then just, like, feed magic into the...
About a half hour. I mean, nobody does that because it destroys the machinery, but it's
Oh.
not actually that terribly hard to do if you're trying to blow up the machinery.
It seems extraordinarily wasteful for me, especially with the
Is
lack
there-
of surviving artifacts of this nature.
Is there a way to take the machinery apart or like integral components so that we could take it with us and you could study it later, Bertoka?
As if you think a monkey like yourself could ever put it back together again.
No. You would put it back together.
Except
Oh.
that you, for one thing, you don't know how, Bertoko, which you're probably not going to admit, but
Never in a million years.
but also you don't think it comes apart in the first place.
No, it's child. No, that's not an option at all. I'm sorry, you'll have to think of something else. Maybe you can redirect a small river into the fort. I don't know.
Wait.
Not really my problem.
I've got an idea.
What?
I take the eye out.
Oh. The rock just falls to, or the machine just falls to the ground. It's no longer levitating.
Yep.
Well, I guess it worked then. At least I am no longer covered in entire Beastman, just Beastman bits, and I am at top of chimney.
You weren't hit with the second Beastman.
Okay. I all I know is my my whatever false life looks a little bit low. I'm going to just recharge that up right now because you people.
Are you real injured though?
Maybe just tiny bit.
You need a little something.
You
You want some of Muriel's sweet finger? Shake the finger at you.
Yeah, okay.
When you say it like that, no.
Yeah.
Can we?
Suckle.
Oh.
Now that we've met her, no.
Yo, backpack. Do you want me to pull you up?
That sounds like an excellent plan.
Yeah, there's only about 10 feet to go. I mean, she's
I'm still
mostly-
okay with that. I'll tie the rope around my waist and hang there eating rations while she pulls me up the last 10 feet.
Okay.
Gabe, that's 11.
Praise be to Muriel.
Woohoo! Comes a voice from way far down in the castle, just sort of.
We hear it in our minds.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Praise me. Oh.
Preach it.
Oh, so we have a map now. The guy showed us to where we're supposed to be headed from here.
Yes, and you guys are going to have to hustle on out of there, not wait for like the entire
That's
group of.
the plan. I'm leaving the ropes. Are there ropes up here and there supplies that I can take to replace my lost ones?
Yes.
I mean, we can pull the ropes up after we use them. Like after.
No, because we want them so that they
for the
can get out
guys.
too.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Because we don't want them like we want to make
die.
it as easy as
Don't want to
possible.
commit them to their deaths.
Yeah.
Meh.
Okay, so you guys are able to head down. You're able to, reprovision from the Beastman supplies, which are all, kind of gross, but they're usable.
Is this rope human hair? Ew.
And you head your way down
Yeah, dude.
to the area where the ship from the elemental plane of Earth is going to arrive. And so you're standing there, at the place where there's, the triangulation of the three rocks that you're, where it's going to arrive. And then so you're standing there and nothing happens at the time that it's supposed to happen. Takes about 10 minutes before anything actually happens. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like in Dune, this massive metal worm comes up out of the ground and its mouth spreads open. And so you've got, teeth all around the thing. And then out of the front of it comes a line of Jawas.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
So just little glowing eyes inside the hoods. They come out and they start, fanning out through the area. And that is where we will leave it because we're close to 8 o'clock.
we can only infringe on so much IP in one evening. So we're
I
just
know,
gonna
and I
call
just
it
did.
there.
I was all over the IP. Yeah, no, I've got favorite movies, so I got I got Helm's Deep, I got Dune, and I got Star Wars.
Nice.
I mean, check, check, check.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that like a sort of an escape from New York too? Just getting out of here, like.
I didn't think of that, but
It
yeah.
kind of felt like
But it was totally there.
yeah.
And a little bit of Ghostbusters with all the goop all over us. I mean, it was Beastmen
And Dune.
innards.
Yeah, I got, stuff
I
falling.
think that might have been a little bit more of Kill Bill than Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's
it
a
was
bit
lot
of a
more Kill Bill.
stretch.
Oh
All right,
my
everybody,
God.
thanks for playing, and we'll.
Thank you for the game.
I'll
Thanks.
see you tomorrow for the original D&D game, and everybody else next week.
All right. See ya.
Bye, viewers.
Bye,
Have a
viewers.
good night.
Bye, Keith. Bye, Jacob. Y'all are the only people who've been talking recently.
Yeah, they were talking about the new system that 5e just announced. It's pretty.
Well, there's two. It's
exciting.
Eberron, and then it's
Yeah.
Ravnica.
Are they systems or are they campaign worlds?
They're
Settings.
Yeah.
Settings, yeah. Well,
So-
I've got one too, so ha. All right. We'll see you guys later on.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.